Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have another Warhammer 40k battle report for you today. We're doing 2,000 points, and we're going to be playing Eternal War with the Relic. The Relic is set up in the middle of this old abandoned research station, waiting for someone to come along and pick it up. The Necrons have risen from their tombs to attack it, but standing against them are the defenders of the Black Templars. 2,000 points. We are using the deployment zones with the arrowheads. What's it called? Frontline assault. So the Black Templars will be coming from this side with the arrowhead formation into the center. The Necrons will be coming on from there with the Black Templars deploying first. So that is the table. We will be right back with the armies. First up, we have the Black Templars. Josh is going to walk us down his crusade.
So I have the army organized into a battalion. My Warlord and first HQ will be Helbricht. My second HQ is an Emperor's Champion. Then for my troops, I have two 10-man Crusader squads. They have melt-a-gun and 2 power swords in each squad, and they're all equipped with bolt pistol chainswords. Then I have a squad of 10 scouts with sniper rifles. Then I have a squad of 10 Reavers equipped with their bolters. I have a 10-man assault squad with a power sword and 3 plasma pistols. Then I have a Venerable Dreadnought with a twin las. Then I have a squad of 3 Devastator Centurions with las cannons and hurricane bolters. Then I have a Vindicator. And rounding out the list, I have a squad of 10 Devastators with 4 missile launchers and an Armorium Cherub.
So that is the Black Templars using the cool little 3D printed crosses here that we got from Shapeways. If you guys have not checked that site out, there is a lot of cool stuff you can add to your 40k miniatures there. So that is the Black Templar half. We will be right back with the Necrons. Next up, we have the Necrons of Dagon Dynasty. They are going to be led today by their new HQ, just finished painting him recently, a Catacomb Command Barge Overlord. He's going to be armed with a Staff of Light and a Gauss Cannon. He's backed up by his trusty Cryptek nerd who's going to keep his guys going as the battle goes on. We're not playing him as a Eliminor Xeris today, just a normal Cryptek. In the troop section, we have 2 squads of 10 Immortals with Gauss Blasters and 4 squads of Warriors, 3 of 10 and 1 of 11. And then in the backfield there, we have a Ghost Arc for support to keep this horde of Warriors in business, a Monolith, and a Triarch Stalker with a Heat Ray. He is joined in his Triarch front to police this deployment outing by 7 Triarch Praetorians. So that is the army. You have seen the armies and you have seen the table. We will be back as we get stuck into the Maelstrom. Alright, that does it. Deployment is complete. We will let the Black Templars walk down theirs first since they were the first to complete.
We are set up to spearhead right on top of the Relic. It looks like that center terrain piece is going to be quite a bloodbath for this game. But put both of our Crusader squads up front. Helbricht and the Emperor's Champion are directly behind them. Right behind that, we put all of our Reavers. Then backing up in the trench, Assault Marines and Centurion Devastators. Out on our far right flank, our Devastators with the missile launchers took the high ground so they can overwatch the center of the table. Backed up with the Vindicator, and then all the way out on our right, kind of trying to keep some of the deep strike element off of our flank, is the 10-man squad of scouts.
All right, and then on the Necron end, we're playing Nephric, so we did drop the 2 squads of Immortals through Teleportariums. We also have the Monolith arising from the ground. We have the 40 Warriors assembled across the front with the Cryptek and the Overlord in response here, response element just in case they're needed. We have the Ghost Arc on the flank, and then here we have the Triarch Stalker with the Praetorians providing cover from the top, getting ready to leap forward. So that is a finished deployment. We're going to dice off here for first turn. Black Templars do get +1. So the Templars going to come out with a 5, so the Necrons are going to need a 6 to force a reroll. 1 will not do it. So Templars have the option for first turn here. I assume they're going to take that. They are, and we're going to be right back after they get things opened here. Alright, Black Templars have finished up turn 1. The army made a general move forward, did not jump up into the kill box here just yet. Helbrick hung out to give everybody better shooting results. Started things off with the Reavers who fired around this flank on the Praetorians, but sitting in 2+ cover, that all bounced off of them. The Dreadnought, the Vindicator, or no, not the Vindicator, the Dreadnought, the Devastators, and the Centurions in the back all fired on the Ghost Ark. The Centurions were able to knock all but one wound out, rolled horrendously. He had 2 5 damage results, rolled 6s for both of them on quantum shielding. Left me with 1 wound. The snipers tried, the few of them that could see, to try to get that last wound dinged out, but couldn't hardly get it done. They were able to bring one warrior down with the few that couldn't see the Ghost Ark. And then finally the Dreadnought was the one that was able to finish it off for first blood. The Devastators down here, I said they fired there. They did not. They actually fired their frag missiles here. Were able to score a whopping 1 kill on the warriors. And the Vindicator missed completely. So typical results from my warriors hanging out. When tanks are getting killed, they're still just laughing at the fire. So that's turn 1. Black Templars do score first blood on the filthy Xenos. The Necrons, however, are getting ready to awaken from their slumber and begin their advance. Necron, turn 1, coming up. Necron turn 1 is in the books. Not super impressive here on the Gauss front. Everything advanced towards the center. I got to be careful how I use the word advanced. These guys actually advanced. Everybody else just moved forward. They advanced to cover up their Praetorian buddies while they leapt forward. The Stalker landed both heat ray shots and vaporized 2 of the Reavers. We then proceeded to not do anything with the Gauss cannon or the Rod of Covenant that was in range. Down here, these guys managed to put 8 wounds on this squad of Crusaders at -1 armor and killed 1 man. So not impressive. Hopefully it will pick up a little bit from there once the rest of the army shows up. So not much done there. Necrons are still advancing. Black Templar turn 2 coming up. Alright, Black Templar are up to turn 2 assault. They have finished their shooting phase and it was pretty brutal. Everything moved up here and fired. Warriors could not get their saves together. We got 1 guy left from the front squad. Back squad was obliterated. Snipers got 2 mortal wounds and 5 wounds through on the Cryptek and took him down. We have him in play still. We're going to try to bring him back at the end of that phase. And then up here we lost 8 of the warriors out of this squad. So pretty good shooting phase. They're getting ready to launch some assaults here up the center. We will be back once that is finished. Black Templar assault phase rolls to an end. We were hoping to keep this 1 warrior around, but the Dreadnought made his 10-inch charge, and that was all she wrote for the warriors on this flank. He consolidated in. We did get the Cryptek back, thankfully. We lost 3 warriors here. The Assault Marines did have to fight twice to do it. They didn't get anybody the first time. We were able to knock 3 down on their second go. We did 2 wounds in return, but to no avail, no damage. So, got lots of reanimation rolls to go here. We will see if we can get anybody back and bring in some Immortals and a Monolith to try to even things up a little bit. We will be back as the Necrons go into turn 2. Alright, Necrons have finished up turn 2 to the assault phase. In response to the overwhelming amount of infantry that were coming up here, we fell back with the Necrons. The warriors that were in close combat, we rounded up the Dreadnought with them to try to hold him in place. The Stalker moved over, fired his heat ray, 2 hits, 2 damage, and was only able to score a 3 on each of the results, and the Dreadnought shook a couple of those off, so he ended up surviving that. We then fired 1 squad of Immortals at him and did nothing, and then we were able to knock him down to 1 wound through a combination of fire from the 3 warriors here and the particle whip on the Monolith, which scored 5 wounds, and 4 of them bounced off of his 5+ save, and the last one was able to do 1 wound to him. So we were unable to deal with the Dreadnought, unfortunately. However, the other squad of Immortals picked it up a little. They vaporized the entire 10-man assault squad solo. The Gauss cannon from the barge here fired across and put 2 wounds in one of the Centurions, and we were able to kill off 3 Marines here with the Rods of Covenant and 5 here with the particle whip. So a good chunk of the Marines were jacked up there. Dreadnought did survive, but only just, going into the assault phase, and then we will be back. Close combat rolls to an end. The Praetorians were able to slaughter 5 of the Marines. The remaining 2 were able to put 1 wound with their power swords. So we got a couple of morale checks. They lost 8, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, so they're at negative, 8. And they also have a Nightmare Shroud going from the Catacomb Command Barge. So 3, yeah, that'll still get them. So they're done. And then the other squad lost 6 men, which is essentially 7 for purposes of morale. 8, 9, that'll get 1 of them, right? Mm-hmm. Or is their leader an 8?
Their leader is an 8.
Okay, so that'll get 1 of them.
And we'll leave that one stand.
All right, sounds good. All right, so that is the end of the Necron turn. We will be back with the Black Templars. Black Templars turn 3 is up to the assault phase. The squad here advanced and grabbed the relic and then stepped down off of the ledge, and the Emperor's Champion, wrong army, came up here to fight the Praetorians, but he was not needed. The fire from the rest of the army scored very high on accuracy, about 85% hits, and we did not make any saves. So they got obliterated. None of them were alive for him to charge. We are going to see what they need to do here in the assault phase, and then we will be back. Alright, Black Templar assault phase rolls to an end. The Dreadnought charged into these warriors and was able to crush 3 of them. They did nothing to him in return. The Overlord took a charge from the Emperor's Champion. He did 2 wounds with his Gauss Cannon on Overwatch. The Emperor's Champion charged in, did 5 wounds to him, but then he cut him down with the Staff of Light. 2 hits, 2 wounds, and he failed both saves. So with the Emperor's Champion down, he advanced towards the rest of the army. That is it for the Black Templars. We will be back after the Necrons respond. Alright, Necrons have finished up their turn to the assault phase. The Immortals slid over and finally put paid to this Psycho Dreadnought. He went down. We picked up a handful of warriors and moved them forward here. That was from the squad of 3 that was back here. The other squad that was with the Dreadnought has moved up here to start pressuring on the objective there. We swung everything else to the flank, and the Monolith moved forward. Monolith came up huge that turn, fired across the top, and killed all 3 Centurions through some bad armor saves. Around the flank here, we were able to knock down 2.5 Reavers between the Stalker and the squad behind them. The Lord moved up, fired his Gauss Cannon, and was able to wound 1 Reaver. Shot his Staff of Light at these guys, but did no damage. So getting ready to do some close combat, and we will see you after that. Alright, in the assault phase, the Necron leaders have both lunged forward and made assaults here. They were able to cut down the 3 Marines with the objectives. Helbrick did heroically intervene, scored 1 wound on the barge, but he didn't manage to make his save. We also attempted a charge with the Stalker against the Reavers here, but we were unable to make that distance. It was just a little bit too far. So that is the end of Necrons in turn 3. Yeah, turn 3. So Black Templars bringing up 4 next. Alright, Black Templars have finished their turn up to, actually we went through the assault phase. The missiles fired here and were able to kill 3 guys with frags and bolters. The Vindicator fired here as well and missed completely. The snipers and the rest of the fire managed to come over here, do 3 wounds of the 4 on the Overlord. He's down to 1 remaining. They charged in, caused 3 wounds, but could not get through his save. On Overwatch, the Gauss Cannon connected and killed the wounded Reaver, and the second one was cut down by the Staff of Light in close combat. So that is the end of 4 for the Black Templar. Necron response coming up. Oh yeah, we do have a morale check. These guys did lose 2 with the Nightmare Shroud. 2 doesn't do it. They would need a 6 to lose 1 man. So, Necron turn 4 coming up. Alright, Necron turn has finished up to the assault phase, and the Black Templars are going to go ahead and tap out there. These warriors were able to move down and back up with the objective. Did not hardly have to make their full 9 to get back up behind here into cover. And then the Reavers and Hellbricks were cut down by the firepower. This squad took a command wave and killed most of the Reaver squad. The Monolith killed most of them, and the Survivor was picked off by the warriors. Monolith really came in clutch clearing the center out there, because because the Black Templars were on a roll until that thing really got engaged. Helbrick then went down from heat ray shots and Gauss shots, and the Immortals finished him off with their last bit of fire. So that's going to be the end of the game. Necron victory, but only narrowly. A bloodbath in the center, as we both predicted. We will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Be sure to give us a like on Facebook. That's the best place to see our new content as it comes out. And give us a subscription on YouTube if you liked what you saw. That's the best way to get our new content when it comes out on YouTube. And it is a huge motivator for us at the channel. We appreciate all of you who have done that in the past. As always, guys, thanks for spending time with us today at the Maelstrom.